Hello, welcome to Made to Heal with Angela Brown. What has been kept from society? It's not that it's hidden and completely kept from society, but it has not been included in the education system for kids and us as adults. For adults, we didn't get it in our public education. I will get into that here in a sec. It's something we have to seek. And so before I get into that, I invite you to check out my link in the comments below to my book called You Are Made to Heal Spiritually, Emotionally, Mentally, and Physically. I was in such a dark spot for 30 plus years. I dealt with childhood trauma, abuses, and different things that I didn't know how to get over. And I just played the victim, right? And I suffered from depression and suicidal thoughts and anger and bitterness and resentment. And I played the shame and the blame game. And I was just in a bad spot. And I hit rock bottom in the fall of 2015. And when I did, I called out on Christ. I called out to him several times. And from that night on, I have not had suicidal thoughts or depression. And God and Christ have led me on this beautiful journey. They have introduced tools and techniques into my life that has helped me grow spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically. And I just share my journey with others. And my book was written for the intent of all teens and adults that are searching to grow spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically. And I don't have all the answers, but what I do share in my book has helped me not to have suicidal thoughts and depression anymore, going on 10 years. And it's been such a beautiful gift. And it doesn't mean that I don't have hard hit me and that life isn't hard, because it still is. And it doesn't mean that I don't have my challenges and struggles in life, because I still do. And it doesn't mean I don't make mistakes and I have things figured out, because I do make mistakes and I don't have everything figured out still. And so it's just it's just things that have helped me. So I encourage you to check that out. Help loved ones or yourself too. It's just a short read and it just shares my journey. So what has been kept from society? I believe there came a turning point. Call me conspiracy theorist, whatever you want. I believe there was a turning point in history in the early 1900s where certain men of power in the world came together, and especially I'm talking, there's some big family names. I'm not going to name any names. You can research it yourself, but because I know them, but I'm not going to talk about that. That's not what my thing is about today. But certain men of power came into control, and they wanted to have all control over everything, the education system and the medicinal end of things. And that has been taken away from society is the natural use of herbs. And because when we use herbs, we empower ourselves. It's something that God placed on this earth for mankind to use. And it's beautiful in its natural form. And I don't know about herbs. Did you take a class in school learning about herbs? No, no one does, because they've had that kind of control. But it's not something that you can't learn. It's something that you really have to seek out. You really have to be like, oh, there's a different way than taking this prescription that my doctor is prescribing me. Oh, there's a different alternative. And it's important to understand that there are no side effects. Well, I shouldn't say there are no side effects. Some herbs do different things, right? So you have to be knowledgeable about the herbs that you're taking. But herbs do not leave side effects like the prescription drugs that are given out. And I get it. I'm not completely against the medical field, right? And the prescription drugs, because I get it. There are some people that absolutely need it. But there's a lot of people that are dependent on prescription drugs, and it doesn't have to be that way for people if we just get informed and educate ourselves what we can do instead. Now, herbs are amazing. I am still learning about herbs. I will probably be learning about herbs till the day I die. If I live a long, long life, I will constantly be learning. But I'm telling you, I know this much, and there's eons and eons left to go on learning about herbs. But I'm going to share some of my favorite herbs that I have used. But the important thing about herbs, before I get into some of my favorites and what they are good for, the thing about herbs is they're great and all, but if you want them to have the maximum potency, if you want these herbs to work the best for you, and you get the best bang from your investment of investing in these herbs, then eat a whole plant food diet. Have that lifestyle of eating whole living foods. And when you do that, you just amplify what those herbs are going to do for your body. But if you're eating a standard American diet, can you take these herbs? Will they be effective? Yeah, they'll be somewhat effective, but not near as effective. Okay, we have to choose to have this change of lifestyle. What we have been taught over the years and what society has shoved in our face through commercials and advertisements on billboards and everywhere. It's everywhere. Entertainment industry, like, they have showed us that fast food's the way to go, prescription drugs the way to go, and all these chemicals that have been added to our foods, that's what we eat, that's what we want, right? They want to program us, and they have programmed us. They have done a very good job of programming us what's acceptable. And they're addicting. They're very addicting. And so if we want our herbs to work for us, it's important to include whole foods. And now I'm not saying you have to go and change your lifestyle and be like me. I'm on a complete plant-based, raw vegan diet, right? And I don't like to call it a diet. I like to call it a lifestyle. I've changed my lifestyle to eat living foods. And when we eat living foods, the herbs will work magnificently. But if you're on the standard American diet, if you will just increase your more fruits and vegetables, living whole foods, and stay away from the frozen dinners, the processed foods as much as you can, and make scratch from homemade. Stay away from the high fats, and if you're in major health crisis, if you are dealing with aches, pains, and disease in your body, you want to take all the acidic foods out, which is all your meats, all of your dairy, all of the sugar, all of it. You want to take those out of your diet because those contribute to an acidic body, and it's important for the body to heal, to increase the alkalinity and to get the pH figured out. So it's so important that's what I would do if I were in major health crisis mode, if I had cancer or anything super serious, life altering in any form or fashion, I would change my lifestyle completely. But when we change our lifestyle to whole foods and include these herbs, then they are super, super beneficial. They're beneficial without, like I said, but they are even more potent. So what are the herbs that I love to use? I am just, I've been studying herbs the last several years, and there's still a lot more for me to learn. I plan to take an herbology class one day. It's in my it's in my things to do, to check off my bucket list. But so what are some of my favorites? So it's wintertime. Some of my favorites for the winter are echinacea and elderberry. These are awesome for helping boost the immune system, help increase the strength of the immune system. And if you've got that nasty cold or whatever, it will help fight it off. And eucalyptus, like essential oils and stuff, to clean out those sinuses. I strongly recommend diffusing essential oils of that sort. Also, another one of my favorite things is lobelia. Lobelia is an extract that you can get that has an alcohol base or vinegar base. I don't go for the alcohol base of things because it's really hard on our liver and it tastes nastier. So if you can go for the vinegar base lobelia is a natural, it's a natural thing to use for reducing pain. And everybody can have it in their first aid kit. Lobelia, I love it. Also for pain, white willow bark, that is natural for pain. Let's see, feverfew, headaches, Feverfew is great for headaches and for fevers. And then we have one of my favorites is grapefruit seed extract. Grapefruit seed extract is an antifungal and antibacterial. And if you feel anything coming on and you just start taking that, and you can find all of these at your local health food store or online, wherever you like to get it. But grapefruit seed extract, also known as GSE. GSE is incredible. If you feel a sore throat coming on, take it. If you feel like you got congestion coming on, take it, and take it several times a day. And this helps fight off any crud that you got going on in your body. I absolutely love it. It's my number one go-to. And colloidal silver. Colloidal silver is another one too. If you get a child or you yourself get pink eye, you spray it in your eye and just, roll the eyeball around. No, it's not going to burn. It feels like water. And you can drink it, but when you drink colloidal silver, you never do more than a teaspoon at a time. I just do, 1 to 2 teaspoons actually. You can do 1 to 2 teaspoons several times during the day to gargle if you have sore throat or whatever. But this colloidal silver isn't something you want to take internally for long periods of time. It's just when you've got something coming up, and then you can take it several times and then lay off of it. But I use colloidal silver mostly as for external use, like on my eyes, or if I get kids with skin knees or an owie, I will wash it off with a washcloth and spray colloidal silver on it, and it keeps the infection out. It's amazing. So colloidal silver has a lot of purposes for burns. If I can't tell you how many times I've got it in my cupboard by my stove, and if I burn myself while I was cooking, I don't cook anymore, but while I was cooking, if I burned myself, I would spray it on, and it took the pain. So there is a lot of things that we can use to help our bodies. I'm trying to think of others. Ginger. Oh, so there's herbal teas. Herbal teas are fantastic. Ginger is great for the digestive system. And then chamomile is my favorite because it calms the nervous system. It is a relaxing, and it relaxes the stomach as well, the chamomile. And we have lemon balm that's actually that's a relaxant also that will help relax the nervous system. There are so many things. Sleepy time tea is one of my favorite go-tos if you're having a hard time going to sleep. Oh, if you are having a hard time going to sleep, the herb that I have learned is valerian root, and that is to help you go to sleep. And then there's an herb called passion flower. So you can get these in tea forms, and you take the valerian to go to sleep, and then the passion flower to help you stay asleep. So some of these herbs, I wouldn't take valerian and I wouldn't take passion fruit when you're going to be doing heavy machinery and you're going to work. So it's to be taken at night and when you're planning on going to sleep. It helps in those. So there are just so many things out there. So many things out there. So if you're dealing with depression and anxiety, ashwagandha is one of my favorites to recommend. And there's just lots out there. Like I said, I'm still learning a lot about there, but herbs were put for the use of men. If we learn about herbs and their function, then we can be more self-sufficient in helping us and our families and households out and being more healthy. So God bless. Please like and subscribe to this channel. Share it with others. It is my mission and my purpose to help others grow spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically. And until next time, we'll be talking to you later. Bye.